Now before we dive in, if you find my videos useful, make sure to click that subscribe button and also make sure to click that bell icon on the side to get notified every time I upload a new video. And of course, if you do use Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, make sure to follow me on all at SAKITECH Online, also for the latest updates. Alright, let's dive in. Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys some cool tips and tricks on your Samsung Galaxy S10 device that I think you're going to enjoy. So let's dive in and discover right away. Now the very first tip does require you to have the Samsung Music app, and I'm talking about this application right here. So let me search for Music application, and that's right over there, Samsung Music. You tap on this and you have a Samsung Music player. When you tap on one of these tracks, you can play them, and it looks real nice and cool. As you can see, it even adjusts the background color based on the album art. So if you don't have this, I'm going to show you where to grab it. So just go to the App Store over here, not to the Play Store, but to the Galaxy Store. Just go to the Samsung folder or search for Galaxy Store under your app drawer and tap on this and just grab the Samsung application, Samsung Music app. So you type in Samsung, click on search, and it's going to show right up. Okay, so that's actually a great music app as well. So once you have this application and you're inside the application, and let's say that you're playing a music, what's going to happen is when you turn off your phone, this entire thing is going to project onto your lock screen for easy music control. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's go into the Edge panel here. Let's lock the phone, and then I'm going to double tap to wake it up. And boom, that music player is right there, and you can pause and play music from here as well. When you play it, it actually expands the album art, and when you pause it, it minimizes it, okay? And then you can always go back to the actual lock screen by tapping on this one. Now, while we are here, I do want to show you, you're probably familiar with the face widgets over here, these guys. So when you swipe over, you can access these different face widgets. Such as this is the base one, the time. When you tap on it, it expands to give you more options. When you swipe over, you can also access this one over here. That's the music widget. So you tap on this one, again it expands, gives you a little different thing going on over here. You can click on play, pause, next track, or whatever. Go back, you can swipe over, you can tap on the calendar widget right over here, expands as well. This one doesn't expand, that's the alarm. And then if you swipe over, you have the calendar widget. You can tap on that one, and that's going to expand as well. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you was the fact that you can get the full controller on the lock screen when you turn on the screen. But then if you don't know what these face widgets are, you can enable them from here. Go to the settings, go into the lock screen, and just go to the face widgets right over here. And then from here, you can enable all of them, including the one that I've disabled. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options, including Bixby routines. So it's nice to be able to just tap and expand them a little bit. It just looks nice and cool. All right, so let's move on to the next tactic. Now, one more thing I want to show you guys is how to use the Grayscale mode on your smartphone. And I use this mode actually for reading books or just reading overall. It puts much less pressure on your eyes than a colorful screen. Even when you turn on the blue light filter, you still get some eye pressure from watching the screen for too long. So if you're reading magazines, articles, books, you can turn on the Grayscale mode. What you want to do is you want to go to the settings. You want to scroll down to digital well-being. You go right inside, and there's a lot of things going on over here that I'm not going to cover, but if you want to quickly enable Grayscale mode, you tap on wind down and just turn on now, okay? And you can turn off this do not disturb mode that is going to mute calls, which I recommend you do if you're reading a book, but you can disable this, and now everything is going to be grayscale across the board. So when I'm reading books, it's just so much easier on the eyes, even as I'm looking at the screen, okay? And you can do this when you have your lights turned off and you're just reading something at nighttime before going to bed. And of course, when you're done, you go inside, back into the well-being, all right? You tap on wind down again, turn off. That's it. You can also enable this to be turned on whenever you want to. Let me increase the brightness. All right. So normally when you press this button here, the multitasking pane, what you get is you get a bunch of windows, and at the bottom you actually get access to a bunch of quick access applications, which can be turned off. If you're seeing yours right now, when you press this button, you can in fact turn them off. So what you want to do is you come to this this screen, and then you tap on that, go to the settings, and you can enable or disable suggested applications. Now when I go back outside and tap on this one, you'll see that we have a bunch of suggested applications showing at the bottom, which is great, but I don't personally like them. So I just go to the settings and I disable them, and then we're good to go. All right. Now another cool thing has to do with your phone application. So if I go to the phone application right over here, the first thing we see is that we see the keypad. Now number one is always assigned for the voicemail depending on your carrier. So if I press and hold this, it's going to start calling the voicemail from where I can access my voicemail. But what you can also do is you can assign quick contacts to all these numbers. So what you can do is you can actually press and hold on 2 and then quickly assign a contact to it. So just click assign and pick somebody that you call all the time. Could be your wife, could be your father, your mother, whoever you contact all the time, or a friend. And of course you can do it for all these keys. So if I press and hold on 8, as you can see, I can assign a contact to number 8. And every time I want to call that contact, all I have to do is press and hold that number. And if I have somebody assigned to it, it's going to simply call that person, like this one here. I press and hold and boom, it goes right to the voicemail. So that's a very useful thing to do. Now the other thing you want to do here at the phone is go to the settings. By the way, you can always go to the speed dial numbers to manage your numbers. So what we were doing here was a shortcut. You press and hold and assign somebody, but if you, after assigning somebody, you can go in here, go to the speed dial numbers and enter a name or the number of that person. All right, so that's that. Let's go back into the settings, go over here. So here what we have is I want you guys to go to answering and ending calls. Now this is something I use all the time. So when you tap on this one, what you can do is you can assign the volume up to answer. Okay, so if somebody calls you, instead of swiping on the screen, you just tap on the volume up button and that's going to accept the call. When you're done talking to that person, you can tap on the power button to end the call. So right now they're activated. So if I was in a phone call, I can accept the call by pressing volume up, or decline or end the call by pressing the power button. This is a great shortcut if you don't want to swipe on the screen, which sometimes I prefer to have hard buttons to do these basic things. Now one more thing a lot of people simply don't understand is, I'm sure that you guys are aware of the always on display. So let me just enable that real quickly. I'm going to show you guys how to customize it even beyond what's available here. So when we go to display over here, and if we scroll down a little bit, we go into the always on display. I'm sorry, it's actually going to be at the lock screen. So go to lock screen, always on display, just enable that. When you go inside, obviously you can make modifications to it as you please. Let me go back here. I'm going to pick a clock style. For example, let's just pick one that's pretty big and visible, like this one. So click on done. Now let me lock the phone, and when I tap once, it's going to show me the always on display as you saw. Okay, so I'm going to log into my phone real quickly. What you can also do is you can pinch on the home screen or any screen that you want, go to the themes, okay, and of course we know that you get wallpapers and themes from here. What you can also do is you can get brand new always on display screens. So let's go over here. Let's go to top and then tap over here and then go to free. So all these always on displays that are free are going to show up right here. So for example, let's pick something over here that looks kind of cool. Look, that's one right there. So I'm going to actually download this one. And once you download this one, you click on apply. You can choose clock and image or image only. And here's a preview. That's just the image. That's with the clock. Okay. So I'm going to apply this. Click on done. And then I'm going to go out. Just lock the phone real quick. Tap on the screen. And as you can see, you're seeing that great stuff right over there. Okay. So let's go back out. So make sure that you go here to the themes and actually explore the always on display options. Again, if you want to access the free ones, I go to top and I tap on this button, tap on free, and I get a full list of these awesome always on displays. And of course, if you want to actually go ahead and pay for some that you like, you can do that as well. All right, look at that one. That's pretty cool too. Okay, the yin yang symbol. You got these eyes, and each always on display comes with the option to just use the wallpaper, or you can use clock and the wallpaper. All right, so that's great. Let's move on to the next cool tactic. The one more thing I want to talk about has to do with your home screen. So basically, if you want to move apps around, let's say I want to take 5 of these apps and move them to the next screen over here. One way to do is to grab and hold each one of them and move them manually, which is a pain in the ass. So what I like to do is you press and hold on one of the applications, and then you tap on select items, and then you select all the apps you want to move. Then you press and hold, it gets bundled together, and then you can move it over and dump it anywhere on the screen, and boom, it just moves right over. So that's a nice way to organize your screen, and of course you can use it for anything. So you can use it for folders as well. So select items, I can take these guys and I can put them down. Okay, so it's easy to transfer things back and forth using this collective method. So now select items, grab all of them, move over, boom. If you have noticed, if I select a bunch of items here, select items, I also get a menu on the top that allows me to uninstall them, batch, or remove them from home screen at the same time, or even create a folder. So they'll go into a folder, you name it, you give it a color, and then now you have a folder. Okay, and of course we're not going to do that folder right now. There we go. Now real quick, as you can see on my home screen, I do have a bunch of folders. Now remember that each folder is color codable, so you can tap on this one and you can tap on this button here and you can color code your folder to any color you want. You can pick these color folders here, you can tap on this one and you can basically pick any color that you please from the color wheel. And in my case, I have things like green for finance, bluish color for shopping, which I prefer to have on green. So let's tap on this one, make that a little more greenish. All right. There we go. So make sure that you customize your folder so it looks better overall. Alright, so if you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe to SAKITECH by clicking that button, and also click that bell icon on the side to make sure you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you do use Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you can follow me at SAKITECH Online to get the latest updates as well. Alright, have a fantastic day.